And I'm thankful to have you here. Let's just get right into the heart of our program. Tell us, how'd you get involved in dentistry? How'd you start helping dentists?
I was initially inspired when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do in high school. I was inspired by another dental hygienist to look into dentistry. Once I did, the inspiration was there. I love science, I love helping people, and that allowed me to bring both of my passions into one place. And I am a registered dental hygienist. So as I was practicing for many years, almost 20, I found from the beginning that my passion was to educate patients, make them understand the importance of taking charge of their own health, make educated decisions, and be able to be proactive to make sure that they are there on a consistent basis, not reacting to clinical things that might come up, but be proactive on their health.
Sure.
Um,
And now you're helping dentists with, you've gone from there to helping dentists with the health of their practices. How'd you make that transition? How'd you make that leap?
So from the beginning, when I became a dental hygienist, I was working with practices that needed some organization, that needed growth and needed transformation. I found myself in the position where I would go into the practice and give my 110% all the time to help the dentist grow the practice. I always saw myself as a restorative dental partner. I saw myself as part of the business to help it grow versus just be a hygienist who, works with patients, cleans teeth and be done. That was not who I was. So that's where the passion came in. And over the years practicing, I saw disconnect between how the practices can be successful from the clinical team to the front office personnel and the challenges that doctors face in managing so many different hats that they wear on a daily basis. And that's where ConvergeDental was born. Like, how do we simplify this process or practice management and getting the team on board to create that vision for that the doctor has for the practice? How do we simplify that and make it successful?
Yeah, awesome. And there's so much in processes. I'm sure we're going to talk about that in SOPs in a little bit. You know, we have guests on the program from all over the world, literally all over the world. We've England, Canada, Australia, they've been here. A lot of the problems that dentists face are the same, no matter where they're located. And I know you're in Kansas City, but I'm sure that you work with dentists all over the planet as well.
We
What are
do.
some common problems and challenges that dentists are coming to you for right now? What are they calling you about and asking you about?
So the biggest thing, as I mentioned before, as a practicing dentist, the passion is to do dentistry. But as a practice owner, there are so many hats that they wear. So much attention goes to everything else. It's hard to be laser focused on the vision and how to make it happen. Aligning the team to be able to create that vision, managing the practice on daily basis to make sure that that vision can happen is what the doctors are calling about and trying to get some help with. I am super excited the practices that we are working, that dentists come to an understanding that it's okay to reach out to get some guidance to do the work that they want to achieve. A lot of dentists are trying to do it on their own, and we've seen over and over again, it's just too much on the plate to be laser focused to get that vision. It's okay
Yeah,
to reach out and get the right management or the right team to help you so your team can be aligned, so your employees are skilled and efficient at their performance, so they understand how their role affects the performance of the practice and delivering exceptional customer experience to clients or patients consistently, which organically ultimately grows the practice.
yep. I bring this up all the time. One thing that I challenge in dentistry and especially online. I know it irritates a lot of people, but I like to make it known that a lot of the problems that dentists face are the problems that dental practice owners, I should say, are the same problems that all business owners face. It's
Yes.
just in a different area, but they're literally the same. And I don't know. I can't think of more than a couple out of the hundreds of business owners that I know outside of dentistry that don't have a coach, right? They have a coach, they're in a mastermind, they're in some type of a 20 group, they have support and they have help. They're not always trying to make their own mistakes to learn from. They learn from other people's mistakes, hopefully more so than their own. When you talk to dentists and, and I know sometimes they may call and they have this big problem, but they're still like reluctant to have help, to get help. How do you help them overcome that? What do you say to that person that's like, no, 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 I can do this on my own?
Well, that's a great question. I wanted to start with saying, what is the difference between a marginally successful practice and practice that dominates the competition? The difference is that practice that dominates the competition is what you just described. They have the guidance, they have the support, they have somebody to hold them accountable and guide them because, and I'll tell you, as a business owner, being a business owner, it's not easy as it seems from the outside. There
Yeah.
is so much to do. And I am grateful that we have the mentors to guide us to stay super focused on what we're trying to achieve and help so many dentists and their teams to have hope and inspiration that their vision can come true and they can have personal and professional transformation happen. So when dentists come and they say, I just have this problem, let's just focus on this, but the bigger picture is not addressed, we guide them, we show them the bigger picture. We do discovery sessions to show them, this is what's going to help you to get to where you are. Some doctors, it takes time to register that, and then they always come back. They always come back and say, you were right. We do need this guidance, and I see the bigger picture right now. Let's make it happen.
Yep. Yeah, I think, you see, and this happens in dentistry, I think we know that 50% of people don't go to the dentist regularly. I think the number one thing that keeps people from going to the dentist, people with wherewithal, right, that can afford to go to the dentist, that don't think they can't afford to go to the dentist, and that are able-bodied. I think one of the things that keeps them from going is the amount of time that since they've last been. So, they haven't been in forever. So they're embarrassed, they're ashamed. So they don't want to go at all, right? It's the worst reason to not go, but I think it's the number one. I think dental practices do the same thing. I think they haven't had a cleaning in their practice. They know in years and years and years, they know they have an overwhelming amount of problems that they're literally embarrassed about or ashamed about. So for that person who I hope is listening, and those people that I assume are listening, what do you say to them? Like, where can you start with your firm, which is ConvergeDental.com, or any coaching groups out there? Where can you start to kind of like eat that elephant, if you will? Where do you go there?
So in our model practice that we provide, we educate the team and the dentist on art of communication. Super important to make sure that everybody is able to communicate what the findings, assessments, and whatnot to the patient so they can make educated decisions. We have our maturity model. A maturity model is basically, think of it as stair steps, right? We identify where the practice is at this point, and then we show the dentist what the transformation looks like from one step to another to get the practice to the vision that they have, or the best practice, right, to level 4 of the transformation. So this way, when things are broken down into smaller steps and they're visualized exactly where the practice will be moving and how it will be done, it doesn't feel overwhelming. It feels like I can attain this. This is achievable. We can do it together. We don't judge. And as a dental hygienist, I tell patients, I don't judge. It doesn't matter why you have not been here for so many years. What matters is you're here now. You're here today. Let's identify where you are and let's go from there. That will set you for success much more than holding yourself back and not taking that first step coming in through the door.
Makes sense to me. I want to encourage our guests to check out your website. It's ConvergeDental.com, right? It's a great way to contact you. But let's talk a little bit about, obviously you're going to be a great fit for a lot of dentists to work with, but other dentists maybe not so. And we see that all the time. Making sure that people have synergy together is really important. If you're looking for a coach, a consultant, management company, someone to help you get to where you're trying to go and get you out of where you're at now, how would you recommend they vet that person? So what type of questions would you recommend that they ask? How do you make sure that you find a great consultant to work with?
So we particularly, for example, offer a free discovery session. Go online, go in, says contact us, ask for the free discovery session. We do that. That's super important for us. We take that first step to identify if we're a good fit to work together. We love working with doctors that are that see the problem, number one, and are open to being guided, and they're open to make sure that we're there to listen to their vision. We don't implement our vision onto them. A model practice provides predefined best practices that they can implement and execute and see the transformation happen. But we are not there to tell them, no, your vision doesn't work, let's do it our way. We're there to work together with them. So when you are looking for a coach, somebody to partner with, just make sure that they are there to support you through the journey versus implement their idea and then scooch out through the door. We also emphasize the importance of going through the journey with the doctor. So we are there consistently answering questions, having strategy calls every month, make sure that after the training, the team is still aligned and the performance numbers are showing that the practice is transforming and growing.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Ella, thank you so much for coming on today. I'm going to, one more time, the website, ConvergeDental.com. Thanks for sharing with our audience. I want to encourage our audience to check out your website and reach out, take advantage of that session that you provide. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate it.
Of course. I also wanted to encourage the audience to go into our social media platform, the Instagram, Facebook. We have reels of information there, so you know what exactly we help with for our clients and our patients.
Yeah, 100%. We'll make sure to share that on our website too, and on our social media. We'll make sure to tag you so that our audience can find that. Ella, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure meeting you.